everybody. TGIF, TGIF, TGIF. Please thumbs up the video until it is absolutely stuck. All right, TGIF, 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 honey. I hope God is as good to you as He is, as she is to me, baby. This is a wonderful, blessed Friday. I'm on my way to go get into some damn spa action, girl. Give me an old nasty facial, get my bones all pulled apart and put back together, baby. You know, lifestyle of a very rich bitch. Hope you guys are having a great Friday. Looking forward to an awesome weekend. This is probably going to be a quick live because the details are unfolding, girl, per second. So this is probably a story that we're going to be really following closely, girl, as things bleed out. But before we get into this live, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. You guys are coming up not only helps with YouTube's algorithm, but more importantly, it triggers up YouTube's notification system. So when you are thumbing up the video, you are literally knocking on the digital door of another Conscious crew member and telling them to get their arses into the sanctuary. And you guys have been doing awesome on the thumbs up. So thank you so much. It is a free 99 way to help the growth and the power of the platform. I could not ask you for anything more. What's up? Shout out to all of the new subs, baby. We on an old nasty 46.2. On to an old nasty piece of 46.3, baby, and climbing, honey. We about to hit that 50K in no time on period, honey. I'm gonna be working my ass off. And y'all know that teamwork makes the damn dream work, okay? What's up? Last but not least, please share the stream out to wherever it is you have digital community, whether that be your YouTube community wall, your Snapchat, your Instagram, your MySpace, your Facebook, the dark side of Twitter, Tumblr, or your personal OF. I don't really give a damn where you lay the link. Just let them whores know that we're out live and in color. With no further ado, let's go ahead and push on through.
I know a place where you can recharge your soul.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
And in the midst of brokenness, he gon' see your asshole.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
You gon' heal, you gon' laugh and catch a little shade.
Ooh, girl.
Y'all know he be slaying, y'all better stop playing. Come hear what he's saying.
Ladies and gentlemen.
All right, what's going on, Conscious crew? Let me speak to my Conscious crew, my baby mothers in the house. What's going on, Ken Goddess? Hey, Sherry, what's going on? Denitria, hey, Star, hey, Black Doll, baby. Hey, it's Nene. What's going on, Teresa? Hey, Food Expert. What's going on, Bethany? Hey, Katy Perry. What's going on, Sherry? Hey, Lady D. Hey, Always. What's going on, Island Rose? Hey, Jackie. Hey, I am Lakeisha G. Hey, Aquarius One. Hey, what's going on? Max got no damn facts. All right, y'all. So let's go ahead and open up. I know this is I'm tardy to the damn party, but you know, sometimes I get content fatigue. If I have really ran down on a person, I be needing a hella break from them, okay? And Miss Bishop, First Lady Whitehead, girl, is one of them people. You guys know that we've been keeping our foot on her neck for the last 2 years, girl. So, you know, once she had got put in jail for disrespecting the terms and conditions of her bond, because you guys know that in an idealistic world, she would have had an opportunity to still be out here in these streets standing 10 toes the hell down, because her sentencing was supposed to be next month, I believe, July the 1st or July the 2nd or July the 11th. I think I'm kind of mixing up him and Trump's sentencing. However, he would have still been free, but because, girl, he had disrespected the terms and conditions of his bond hearing by allegedly menacing and threatening Pauline Anderson, who was a star witness in the trial that you guys are already aware of, that got Bishop Whitehead thrown into the damn slammer for extortion and for fraud, okay? Wire fraud, all type of counts of everything, child, okay? And so the defense attorneys, girl, or the prosecutors or whomever it was, girl, they, took his ass back to court and argued that he was a danger unto the witnesses and unto the victims within the case, etc. And they wanted his ass locked up to ensure the safety of Pauline Anderson and any and everyone else who was relevant to the case until he was sentenced, girl. So they threw his ass head first into the paddy wagon. Well, apparently they also sped up his damn sentencing, girl, because he has officially been sentenced to 9 whole years in prison. Okay, shout out to Rikers Island. All right, it's 54 likes and 182 people in the building. Come on, y'all, let's get these likes up, honey, because I'm working, honey, back to back, girl, bringing y'all that old nasty piece of content, girl. All right, so I'm gonna bring up an article courtesy of, actually, I want to find another article. Let me find another article, actually. Let's go to the Christian Post. Okay. All right, let me share my old nasty piece of screen. You guys, once again, thumbs up, up, up. Hey, just saying, hey, everybody coming into the building, honey. You guys know all donation information is in the description box and in the scroll. My moderators also be rotating my handles, $Consciouztv and paypal.me/ConsciouzTV as well. Okay. All right, so courtesy, girl, of the Christian Post. NY Bling Bling Lamar Whitehead sentenced to 9 years in prison for financial crimes. A New York City pastor known as the Bling Bishop will spend nearly a decade behind bars for financial crimes that he has vehemently denied committing. The U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York announced Monday that Bishop Lamar Whitehead was sentenced to 9 years in prison for wire fraud, attempted extortion, and making false statements to federal law enforcement agents. Whitehead, pastor of Leaders of Tomorrow International Ministries in Brooklyn, was also sentenced to 3 years of supervised release in order to pay $85,000 in restitution and a fine of almost $100,000. Oh my goodness. So following his release, which I'm assuming he'll probably do half this time if he's on good behavior. If they don't find him getting that ass clapped, girl, in the nooks and crevices of the damn prison walls, baby. Okay, if he not found on his knees, girl, servicing Big D Derrick down there on cell block 8, baby, that he may end up doing about 4.5 years, maybe 5, on good behavior, child. But upon his release, whenever that will be, girl, if he even can make it 9 years in the big pen. But since he loves actually, being in prison, girl, and being shoved down there with all those testosterone, aggressive, same gender loving, pansexual, bisexual ass men, girl, I'm assuming that he knows his way around the dicks, baby. Okay, because any man who not a homosexual and any man who is as allegedly homophobic as Bishop Whitehead is should absolutely be living a life that does not put him in such a hypersexual environment, girl, where he got to be showering with men's and dropping the soap with men's and staring into assholes with men's and pissing and doing number 2 in front of men's on a shared toilet, girl, and hearing and sleeping next to niggas vibrating and jacking off to all type of playgirl and playboy girl, and where all types of goddamn strange things happen for honey buns in this damn environment, girl. That's what you would think, okay? So I'm gonna assume, girl, that if he likes it, we gonna love it. But following his release, shy, he gonna have 3 years of supervision, and he owes damn near $200,000 between fines and restitution, girl. So if Whitehead think, girl, that even with doing half the time on good behavior, that she gonna get out here and be terrorizing and be petty, girl, and be getting back to her shenanigans, absolutely not, girl. It won't be of no conspiracy to her this time around when she get her ass out of prison that the feds are on her neck, baby, because they letting his ass know that the feds is gonna be on his head, girl. Okay, so upon release, ordered to pay $85,000 in restitution and a fine of $95,000. What's going on, Jordana and the Mrs. Hey Boo? And shout out to my baby mother, Louisa for the whole nasty piece of child support check for you on fire. That part. All right. The article goes on to quote, Lamar Whitehead is a con man who stole millions of dollars in a string of financial frauds and even stole from one of his own parishioners, said U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York, Damian Williams. Quote, he lied to federal agents and again to the court at this trial. Today's sentence puts an end to Whitehead's various schemes and reflects this office's commitment to bring accountability to those who abuse their positions of trust. Whitehead's sentencing at the hands of the U.S. District Court Judge Lorna Schofield comes 3 months after his conviction for using $90,000 given to him by a parishioner he vowed to assist with purchasing a home to make a down payment for a $4.4 million New Jersey mansion and attempting to force a body shop owner to give $500,000 in exchange for promising him access to New York City Mayor Eric Adams. Now, you guys know that this body shop owner is no other than Brandon Belmonte. This is who Bishop was spending his time blaming for why the feds was on his neck and was claiming that the feds was after Brandon Belmonte and not him. Well, that was actually true. That Brandon Belmonte ass also was under investigation, and his ass is now also arrested and doing time for similar crimes as well. And the feds used Brandon Belmonte to set up Bishop Whitehead ass, and they got two for the price of damn one. Okay, neither of these ninjas were the smartest crayon in the damn box, baby. So Brandon Belmonte got trial coming up, I believe, in August. He is awaiting trial, etc. Girl, and Bishop Whitehead is all around there throwing that ass in a circle. Okay. The statement from the U.S. Attorney's Office about Whitehead's sentencing contained additional details about the allegations against Whitehead taken directly from his indictment and evidence at trial. The statement notes that he falsely claimed he had millions of dollars in the bank and made hundreds of thousands of dollars a month when submitting an application for a $250,000 business loan, where the Murray paternity test also determined that that was a damn lie, because remember, the indictment came back with information that, girl, according to the bank records, this man only had less than $10 in some of his damn accounts, and then some of the accounts he was trying to pose as a very rich ninja's savings and checkings were only sham accounts, girl. Whitehead received millions of dollars in loans due to making fraudulent loan applications similar to those of other financial institutions. Whitehead's charges of lying to federal agents stem from his insistence to federal law enforcement officials executing a search warrant at his mansion that he did not own any cell phones besides the one he had on his person, despite having another cell phone. So the man lied directly before legal authorities. And shout out to my baby mother, Jordana, for the old nasty piece of child support check. Thank you, baby mother. Whitehead has consistently maintained his innocence of any wrongdoing, posting an Instagram story after his conviction, declaring that the story isn't over. Oh, baby, it in fact is. And that God is still God. And in fact is, that's why your ass behind bars, and asserting that they can all laugh now and talk, and is. And he predicted that Jesus will get the glory. He does, baby. It lets us know that a just God is out here standing at the right hand of the Father, and urged his followers to stay tuned for this new chapter called In Prison, bitch. Whitehead's nickname as the Bling Bishop stems from his extravagant lifestyle, which drew national attention after he was robbed at gunpoint in 2022. Multiple masked gunmen entered his church and stole hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of jewelry as a frightened congregation looked on. The conviction slated to send Whitehead to prison is not the pastor's first run-in with the law. In 2006, he was arrested for perpetrating a $2 million identity theft scheme and ended up serving 5 years in prison, securing release in 2013. Whitehead denied all allegations of wrongdoing in that case as well, maintaining that he was falsely convicted and arrested for a crime that he did not, in fact, commit. My God, today, y'all run those thumbs up because we're working, okay? Blessings Nirvana says, I felt Miss Anderson was my grandmother or some carrying the same last name. Pay her money, Bishop. Bootleg, fake, bling, and everything. And the sad part about it is that obviously Miss Pauline probably won't get that money. She's already of age. Whitehead has to serve 9 years. He's obviously not in a position to make any damn money paying her back. He was actually, in fact, completely and utterly broke when he was out here free, which is why he was trying to strong arm other individuals, is why he was lying to the banking system, getting false loans, etc. So unfortunately, Miss Pauline will not see that money back in her lifetime. However, on the back end, she does get justice. All right. Now I'm surprised that Whitehead honestly only got 9 years, especially being a 2-3-time convicted felon, even though this article lists one time he was in prison. Whitehead was down there in New Mexico committing fraud. He had to pay back restitution. He also, you know, committing the wire fraud, the extortion, the intimidation, the coercion tactics, the fact that he was a 2-3-time convicted felon already, I really thought they was going to throw the max at him at this point because he's honestly a legal reprobate. Okay, that's a term that I created, child. Okay, let me go run down to the copyright office and get my shit copyrighted, girl. Okay, so I thought they was gonna get, I thought at least, you know, a good solid 20 damn years, you know, 15 to 20 years at the very least, 9 damn years. I mean, the man is only what, 47? He'll be in his mid to late 50s by the time he get out, if he serves full term. If he doesn't, he'll be in his early 50s. And just with him being such a reprobate and repeat offender, girl, I don't feel like 9 years, even the third time, fourth time around for Whitehead, is really going to be a lesson learned from him. He's going to pretty much still be able to be active and be reasonably young, girl. So I just don't really know if, you know, I don't know if prosecutors did their job here. You know, they really should have been going for the max here, girl. Yeah, he's young, you know. He will serve 85% of that sentence, which still isn't long. It's only 9 years. You know, he'll serve, what, 7, 6? I mean, even if he serves 9, he's still going to be in his 50s when he's released. You know, it's not like he's going to be 90 and decrepit and don't have no choice but to have, you know, his spiritual wife wiping his ass. His damn emotional support baby will be damn 10 years old, 11, 12 years old by the time he's out. I don't know. He just, I'm not satisfied, to be honest. I'm happy that he's being held accountable, even though I'm an abolitionist and I don't believe in the current version of the criminal justice system. But 9 years as a 3-time convicted felon who they had to throw in jail before his sentencing because he still was doubling down on bad behavior, and he tried to defraud an entire banking institution. He tried to strong arm the Glory of God Ministries people. He stole this woman's life savings, even allegedly threatened her. You know, after verdict was rendered, considering that this man has been committing fraud his entire adult life. What the hell is 9 years supposed to do for his psychology, especially because the prison system does not specialize in rehabilitation. You know, rehabilitation is a luxury in prison. It's a choice in prison. You know, you ain't got to get no damn counseling. You ain't got to see no therapist. You don't have to do the work. You can sit your ass around and run the prison yard just like you would a Crenshaw Boulevard. You know, and this is why so many felons are repeat offenders. They typically return back to the prison system within the first year of being released. Hell, he is a poster child for being a repeat offender because the prison system does not enforce actual rehabilitation of the trauma and the systemic issues that lead to criminality to begin with. So I have no faith that this is going to be a lesson learned for Whitehead. He's obviously delusional enough to believe that there's nothing even wrong with his behavior. He's still, even being a 3-time convicted felon who was found guilty for the 3rd time in his damn life, can't even admit that what he did was wrong. He's still claiming he's innocent. So he doesn't even accept fault. So there's literally nothing in him that's allowing him to actually face the music and to just accept his bullshit for what it is. So, you know, I could go on and on and on and on and on and on and on. I'm disappointed in a 9-year sentence. I feel like if the feds were going to really put their resources to it, girl, they could have went for something a lot harder and a lot more convicting than this. However, he's locked up, and for now, the streets of Gotham are safe from one less damn supervillain. All right, so moving along, we'll be keeping y'all updated, girl, if there's any developments on Bishop Whitehead. Now, girl, this situation with Remy Ma and Papoose and their family and they damn son, girl, is out damn rageous. This is so nuts. It is so much going on and so many moving parts, you guys, in this situation with Remy Ma and her son, okay? So, courtesy of Fox5NY.com, let me go ahead and share my screen, okay? Remy Ma reacts to son Jason's charge in Queen murder, okay? Questions are quickly mounting around rapper Remy Ma and her son, who is now facing criminal charges in New York City. Fox 5 Lisa Evers reported Thursday that Remy Ma's son, Jason J. Scott, 23 years of age, a Brooklyn native, was charged with first-degree murder, according to law enforcement sources. According to sources, Scott and another man have been charged in connection with the June 7th, 2021 murder of 47-year-old Darius G. I'm not even going to pronounce that last name, in Queens. The pair have also allegedly been charged with 2 counts of weapons possession and reckless endangerment. Jason, also known as Jay Smith, has appeared in several episodes of VH1's Love and Hip Hop New York and New Yorker Remy and Papoose Meet the Mackey, alongside his mother when he was younger. Remy says she is committed to proving Jason's innocence and supporting her child during this time. Dawn M. Floria, an attorney representing Remy, released a statement after the charges, saying that this has been a trying time for her and the family. Remy herself served 6 years in prison and has been vocal about the time she lost away from her husband and children. Quote, this is from Remy. We stand by Jason's innocence and hope that NYPD will conduct a complete and thorough investigation to reveal the truth. Okay, the 2021 Queens murder. Jason and another man, believed to be Richard S., 22 years of age, according to the Post, has each been charged with first-degree murder. It's unclear if Remy's son Jason himself pulled the trigger or if he hired the hit that took the life of Mr. G, who lived at the Raisinwood houses in Astoria, Queens. Back in 2021, police reported that Mr. G was found with shots to the head and to the chest. Mr. G had an extensive criminal history 8 months before he was unalived, including an indictment in a massive drug trafficking operation. Jason, Remy Ma's son, is expected to be arraigned early next week. Who is Remy Ma? Remy Ma, Reminisce Kiani Mackey. Well, damn, who named Remy? A Bronx native made her start as an MC with the group Terror Squad in 1998, which consisted of rappers Fat Joe, Big Pun, Cuban Link, Prospect, Armageddon, and Triple Cess. Her most notable songs include Whatever, Ante Up, Lean Back, Conceited, and All the Way Up. Smith, who received a Grammy nod for Terror Squad's 2004 hit Lean Back, served 6 years in prison after being convicted of shooting an acquaintance outside a Manhattan nightclub in 2007. About that 2007 Manhattan nightclub outing. They were celebrating a birthday with friends in Manhattan's trendy meatpacking district when Ma accused the other woman of stealing money from her pocketbook. She was found guilty on assault weapons and attempted coercion charges. While incarcerated, she released several mixtapes that garnered even more recognition. After 6 years in prison, Smith was released from prison. Remy Ma's longtime partner and husband, Papoose, known as Chileeeeeeee Mackey, who is also a well-known rapper, got married in 2008. They reportedly exchanged vows over the phone while she was incarcerated. No wonder the damn marriage didn't last. Papoose appeared on Good Day in 2022, where he talked about his 14-year marriage to Remy. Quote, communication is very important. That's the key and the secret, he said. He also said that he and Remy take turns speaking whenever they are at odds with one another. Well, I guess communication completely and utterly imploded between their ass, baby. The two have starred in several shows together, including Love and Hip Hop New York. Remy and Papoose meet the Mackey. Most recently, Remy Ma appeared on Good Day alongside rapper superstar Easy the Block Captain to discuss her all-female rap battle league, Chrome 23. She shared her eagerness to continue in the league after selling out Sony Hall. Remy Ma launched Chrome 23 to give women in rap more opportunities and exposure. Shout out to Remy Ma. All right. So you guys just got the official breakdown, girl. So Remy Ma's son Jason and another acquaintance allegedly did a hire to murder back in 2021. Well, the feds and everything are just now getting the deets and the details together, girl, and making an arrest on Remy Ma's son for that 2021 shooting. Now, the young man whose life was claimed, okay, is also known as D Block, okay? D Block, apparently, as the article stated, is a big drug pen out in New York. D Block, Kenneth Petty, and Nicki Minaj are all from the same hood, according to a YouTuber by the name of what's the man name? Hold on. Let me get is it AK-47? King AK-47, okay? He's a YouTuber and he kind of like specializes in all the hood heatheness and all of the gangster-ish between the rappers, etc. He ended up on my radar during the Takeoff situation when Takeoff was unfortunately murdered, etc. He knew a lot of the players involved, so he's a really reliable source when it comes to understanding street dynamics and who's who and what's moving in New York, etc. Girl, who the goons are, da 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 da. And according to him, D Block, who was the young man who was unalived by Remy Ma's son, is actually Kenneth Petty's blood cousin, okay? Allegedly. Now, what's interesting about the night that Jason, Remy Ma's son, was actually arrested, Nicki Minaj, okay, the wannabe goon girl, got her ass out here on social media, apparently, and let me show you these screenshots, and posted in her Instagram story called Web, okay? Now, apparently, Web is another street ninja. He's a part of the Goon Squad. He's affiliated with Nicki, and Kenneth, etc., girl, and he moves weight, okay? And when Nicki whistleblowed on her Instagram story, girl, she was whistleblowing to the goons, okay? You know, you guys heard her song, We Go Up, etc., girl. You know, she tries to live that life vicariously through the criminals that she's married to and the criminals that the person she's married to keeps around his ass, okay? Because apparently Kenneth Petty, aka Zoo the Sleaze, was also has a notorious name in these streets, which is not surprising, right? The man is a convicted rapist and a convicted murderer, okay? But he also apparently is into that whole drug lifestyle as well. So after Remy Ma's son was arrested and detained for the murder of D Block, who's another kingpin in New York, Nicki went did the story on her Instagram saying call Webb, okay? And then she took to Twitter and said who up. Now what AK-47 had said is that who up wasn't a literal who up like the dummies in the chat as you see under the post was like, girl, we up. It's only 9:30, of course, everybody up. This wasn't a who up. It's a who up. Call Webb. Who's up? Who's up? You niggas need to move, okay? There's blood in the land. It's man down. The kingdom has been compromised. Avengers assemble, essentially, is what the alleged whistleblowing of Call Webb and Who Up is translated to be. Avengers assemble, girl. Okay? Okay? So, there are theories now that are going on as to why this happened, okay? One of those theories has to be that D Block, the young man who was unalived by Remy Ma's son, had apparently snitched. Now, it's unclear as to snitched on who, snitched on what, snitched on, etc. But these are what are the rumors and the whispers are in New York as it relates to this situation, girl. He snitched out somebody very significant, and there was a hit on his head, and that hit happened to be, or the hitman for that hit happened to be Remy Ma's son and said acquaintance, okay? Now, there's another theory that is also going around, which is that D Block, the young man who's unalived, was a loan shark for Remy Ma. You guys know that Remy Ma ain't had a hit, girl, since she had done hit a bitch in her stomach, girl, with a hollow tip and served 6 years in prison. And you guys know she's also not on Love and Hip Hop New York anymore either, girl. So, you know, she out here starting businesses. I know she, a year or two ago, opened up a clothing store, etc. You know, she's been trying to keep her stability and her economics leveled, girl. You know, following her time on reality TV and following her stint away from commercial music. So, apparently, according to allegedly, girl, all these things are allegedly, girl. Let me put up my damn allegedly, girl, because remember, I find you somebody to play with, mama. I ain't got nothing for you, sugar. I'm just a struggling, poor, ratchet, low down, beans and weenies, eating ass, YouTuber, girl. Okay, all right, here it is. Okay. So apparently, girl, they're saying that D Block was a loan shark for Remy Ma, loaned her a guap of money. She was not able to make a return on that money. Now, I don't know if you guys know how loan sharks do, girl, but loan sharks mean business. You do not want to go into business with a loan shark if you are unsure, girl, if you can return that coin with interest. And loan sharks typically want interest. Loan sharks are typically criminal as enterprises that people who don't have the resources to go get a conventional loan from the bank for a house, for a property, for a business, will go to these mafia style criminals and petition money from them in exchange for a high interest rate for return on investment, or will offer some other service in equivalent for said money. If you do not make good on your word with a loan shark and you do not pay them back their money plus some, girl, you are liable to have your life taken, have your family life taken, girl. Things get real gully, things get real bloody. All right. So they're saying that D Block allegedly was a loan shark for Remy Ma. Remy Ma did not return back full on that investment. And as a result of getting that debt off her head and of canceling that debt and any of the penalties of not paying that debt, Remy Ma allegedly had her son Jace to deal with that, to take care of that girl. Now, I would hope that that is not the case. It's already bad enough that Remy Ma's son is even connected to this. Remy Ma has publicly said that she is standing by her son and his innocence, and they're going to work vehemently to absolve him of this crime and to vindicate him, girl. However, if he was picked up 3 years after this murder, girl, I'm sure that they arrested his ass on really factual, evidential ass basis. Okay, but we'll see how that goes. But if Remy Ma, had her son put up to this, we don't know if her son was put up to this. In the hypothetical that Remy Ma did take out a loan from D Block, it doesn't even have to be that she put her son up to it. Maybe as a result of just her talking to her son, this is a family. Her son was just aware that his mom was in trouble, and maybe he decided, with his homeboys to, take care of this issue in order to protect his mother. Remy Ma didn't necessarily have to issue a command or any of that. And once again, this is a hypothetical. This isn't alleged. All of the details about the why has not come out yet, girl. But this is word on the curb, girl. Now that Kenneth Petty's alleged cousin, who's another big-time criminal, has been unalived at the hands of somebody who is connected to Remy Ma, who you guys know had a long-standing rap beef between Nicki and Remy, girl. I don't know if this is going to arouse a second leg of that beef, girl. I don't know just how nasty this is going to get, girl, because you guys know that Kenneth Petty, aka Zuda Sleeves, is still with the shits, girl. He just had to petition the courts to go and attend and be with his wife and child in Nicki's overseas leg of her tour because he had been sentenced to 6 months on the futon as a result of fucking with Cardi B's husband Offset at last year's VMAs. Him and the goons were outside in the New York streets, girl, raising all type of hell, wanting Offset to pull up, girl, so they can bang, bang, pow, pow, it down, old classic cowboy style. So it's going to be really interesting, girl, to see if this is going to get worse before it gets better. What's going to happen with Remy and Nicki's relationship? What's going to come out as it relates to this investigation? A lot of people right now are not surprised that Remy Ma's son is in this predicament because, look at his mom. She obviously was living a certain life, at least at one point in time. She served her time in prison. He had to be raised by a stepdad, papoose, etc. It's also interesting, girl, how privileged children do not necessarily act right just because they have a certain level of privilege, girl. Being on TV, having a certain level of access to a lifestyle. I say this just to pave the point that, girl, when you don't do the inner work and people don't really have the love and they don't have the community that they need, nothing will substitute that. Not money, not fame, not clout. Once again, look at how Zoo Ass is being put through all type of legalities, girl. He's being sued by Jennifer Hugh, the woman that he raped back in the mid-90s for menacing, coercion, and intimidation. He is breaching parole for not registering as a ex-offender, girl, like he's supposed to. He's over fucking 40 years old with a wife and a child, and still with the high school boy-ish being penalized by the courts and sentenced to the damn living room, girl, for 180 damn days. So just goes to show you, girl, that money, fame, and clout, girl, it does not heal you. It does not make you better. It does not do anything to that. So y'all just be aware of that. Make sure that y'all don't spoil y'all kids in stuff. Spoil their ass in life lessons. Spoil their ass in wisdom. Spoil their ass in righteousness. Spoil their asses in the things that will actually make them good people. Okay? Because the rest of that stuff is not going to make a difference if you're not instilling the proper things in them on a soul level. Okay, they're just going to be people with money and people with degrees and people with power and influence that are essentially going to ruin their own damn lives or eventually ruin the lives of other damn people. Okay, so minor in the stuff and major in the stuff and the fabulosity, and major in the things of substance of life. Okay, Jennifer Sharp said that you would think with his mom being in prison in the past that he would want to break that generational curse. We're also talking about the nuances, right, of a New York lifestyle of a young black minority male within this white patriarchal system who, despite the lessons that should be reflected in his mom's own choices, etc., is compounded though by the culture that this young man is subjected to, is aligned with street culture, rap music. All these things have a hypnotic effect. We know that a lot of times black boys are really pressured, especially based upon geography, based upon economics, or just based upon being black, are subjected to a certain pressure to be a certain way. And we know that a lot of times young black males turn to criminality and turn to gang life as a way of trying to fill a hole. And it seems that Remy Ma's son did not get the actual help he needed to deal with whatever was happening within him, whatever injury he had as a young man. And it might have come from missing his mom. He might have started acting out. It might have come from being overly subjected to low vibrational as music and art, because this music and art does not help. The particular music and art of drill rap culture for black men already within a oppressive ass system does not help. I mean, it's almost actually adding insult to injury. I mean, fast forward, have you guys heard about Birdman having the audacity to tell a felon who's serving time right now that why the hell would he fund getting this inmate books? Because this inmate apparently had reached out to him and was, asking him, could, he sponsor some books for him? We know that this is something that oftentimes prisoners do. They indulge in books. They indulge in books about the law, etc., to get their education, to get their GETs. It's also just therapeutic. It takes them away from the prison life itself, girl. And Birdman said, girl, how the hell is that going to help you? And close the damn door on that damn man. And what's funny about that is Birdman is another figure who has peddled low vibrational toxic ass music into the black community and has literally created music and created a brand that encouraged thuggery, that encouraged criminality, that encouraged heathenness. And then once these men try to make this art real, while these men just out here free and living a privileged life and can make the distinction between their art and their real life. You see, Birdman ass ain't the one in prison, even though he's rapping about things that put your ass in prison, and he's creating music that encourages men to think in ways and to be and exist in ways that will lead their ass down a harmful and injurious conclusion to their lives. His ass out here completely removed. They will exploit the Black community and Black males. They will help to aid and abet in creating the issues in the streets and in the communities that we are all in as Black melanated folk. And then we'll throw your ass away because all you are a consumer to them. All you are a pawn and a chess piece on their chessboard. And so this exploitation is insane. And so despite Remy Ma's son, maybe having access to a certain level of leisure as a result of his dad and mom's celebrity, a certain access to money and lifestyle, and seeing where, your behavior can get you if you make the right choices. Hey, look at your mom. She's doing 6 years. All of that still has to go up against a culture that has more influential power than the parents do on the lives of their children, etc. And this is a very unique issue, once again, for Black minority men who right now are being constructed and being groomed and conditioned under a very toxic ideal of masculinity. We know that it is more fruitful and more rewarding, and there's more social equity on being a thug and a baby daddy than being a healthy same-gender loving man. We know that we have seen the polls and see that people actually prefer their sons to be thugs, to be baby daddies, to be non-high school graduates than they do to grow up being a drag queen or to be gay. Okay, so this idea around masculinity is something that we have yet to honestly unearth. And if we don't, we're going to continue to see a prison to pipeline dynamic. We're going to continue to lose our Black men, our Black young men to the streets, girl. And it's just going to be a hard knock life. I just hope that Remy Ma doesn't have anything to do with this. And I pray that Jason is actually innocent. So we'll see what the tea is. The Twins Vanity says Consciouztv and crew, Texas coming through. Shout out to Texas. All light and love and blessings. Shout out to you, boo. Joshua 1994 says Remy ain't that rich. She's not even a millionaire, which is why people are speculating that this man may have been unalived, was a loan shark for Remy, and she didn't make good on that loan. And, her son either took that loan shark out because he know what type of dangerous predicament his mom is in, or that she might have put his ass on assignment to take that loan shark out, allegedly. Blessings Nirvana says, look at Nicki Minaj. She hasn't did any jail time, but look at her son is growing up. His dad, his mom around gangsters. See? Yeah, exactly. That's another great example. That you already have a dad that's a 2-time convicted felon who's still breaking the law to this day. You have a mom who has branded herself as queen of the streets, etc. Girl. She wants to be a gangster so damn bad, even though we know she ain't really built like that, which is why Cardi B had her ass pent up against that Harper Bazaar's wall. Okay. But to that point, he's already being groomed in that culture. He's already being subjected to the bitchcraft and witchcraft and the metaphysical hypnotism of rap music and the culture that's connected to hip hop at this point, which is very different than the initial culture that was connected to the earlier phases of hip hop, etc. So, a Papa Bear definitely already as a minority child in this white patriarchy, then being and living and existing within a vacuum of heathenness, despite privilege despite wealth can still turn out to be a delinquent just like anybody else, because the culture typically trumps whatever values are trying to be instilled in us within our personal households. Okay, the culture has a lot of power and send their own kids to the top schools and colleges. Yep, you got a point, Rose, because she don't call the baby she had with Pap the Golden Child. I'm so glad that Tony Braxton and him are no longer together. Tony Braxton had no business being with that man. But you know what though? Tony Braxton got a lot of delinquent bills, baby. A lot of delinquent medical bills, baby. And she had to get on her gold digger ish, honey. But yes, I'm so glad that her ass done woke up and smelled the coffee. All right, you guys. So that is the tea. I will keep you guys posted. As always, we'll keep you guys updated as the details unfold. He's supposed to be arraigned next week, girl. So there'll be more news coming out. I want to shout out to my boo Alea for the nasty piece of child support check. A little something on lunch on period. Thank y'all. Make sure you guys are thumbing up. Please share the platform out. We're growing, girl. We're back hot. We're doing it, honey. Thank you guys so much. Have a great weekend. You know, I'll be going live, girl, spontaneously. So make sure that you got your notification bell set to all, child, because y'all know every day is something new, girl. Every single day. All right. Bye.